What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Agnetha. We're returning for the final track on the regular album of Eyes of a Woman, 1985. Thank you again to Scott for sharing, though this particular version has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bonus tracks, so we'll go through those next before moving on to the next album. But the final track on the regular album is We Move as One, which sounds like symmetry. Of course, it's the kind of title that can function on multiple levels. You can move as one with someone emotionally, interpersonally. I think also there is a suggestion of physical movement, and thus, of course, it could speak to intimacy, the idea of moving as one, both in terms of your kinetic motions and being together in a literal physical sense. So I feel like it's the kind of song that might function on multiple levels, but it sounds like engagement in a good way, meaning if things are discordant, if you're moving in opposite directions, whether conceptually or literally, then it sounds like people who aren't on the same wavelength, who aren't feeling each other, who aren't moving toward the same goal or with the same feeling. So yeah, on the surface of it, it sounds positive, and I wouldn't be surprised if it functions both literally and figuratively. I'll see what I can catch on a first listen. This is Agnetha Faltskog. The track is We Move as One, and it's the final tune on her album Eyes of a Woman, 1985.
We stand apart, but everything reminds me of your smile. In my heart, you are always with me all the while, 'cause it's you all the way. Leaving me with no more to say. Move as one. Insecure, I just can't face the dealings in this world. When I'm yours, you'll never have to find another girl. We are two, changing forever, but when two
I like that as a final tune of the album. I like the echoic end, which fit with the echoic vocals, and I think maybe those are functioning conceptually, though I'm still not sure about the lyrics because initially it sounded like, oh, she just completely, with the first line, rejected everything I said because it was like, you're at a distance or you're apart. So then it's like, oh, wait, they're not moving as one because this other person has gone away. But then over the course of the tune, it felt like she was actually saying she's going to keep trying to go to his loving arms and, with his help, the way that she can't deal with the world and its, coldness, its brutality, its challenges and difficulties, but with him there, moving as one with her, she's able to surmount those obstacles and persist. And the whole song felt triumphant, like uplifting, the idea that she is in fact moving as one with this other person, and that has allowed her to progress. And the song itself felt like progressive because it seemed to get bigger and more uplifting as it went along. And the flavors, like, in one way I'd say it's sort of ballad-like. It's a bit heavier, a bit slower, not terribly so, but definitely, it's not like a dancing tune. It's not like a floor burner. But over the course of the track, there's some different flavors. Like those backing vocals feel very gospel choir, and again, like, being uplifted by someone else and by a force that is more powerful than you could be yourself. But then there were some symphonic elements, and there was a section where it felt very like orchestral pop, if you will. And that even accentuated by the fact that I think there's a timpani on the track. It felt like there was like these big percussive rolls that I think were done by a timpani, and that gave it a bit of a like cinematic or score quality. So yeah, some different flavors over the course of this tune, but in terms of the feeling I'm left with, it really did make sense that there was a bit of a gospel flavor, again, especially maybe with those backing vocals and the way that Agnetha's voice was soaring over the top while they were supporting her lead vocal, I thought was very fitting. And again, the echo of her lead vocal and a lot of the lines and the way the track itself seemed to echo as it faded right at the end, it could speak to the way in which, like, she is kind of looking back, even as maybe she's still thinking in the moment and looking forward. So yes, I don't quite know how to read their relationship, which it feels like it is much more emotional. Like maybe there's a physical, kinetic quality to it, but it feels very much this is about moving as one with someone on an emotional and like psychological level and taking strength and solace from this other person, though maybe again with the idea that like he has moved away or there is some degree of separation, but she's going to keep trying, she's going to keep striving for his loving arms. So yeah, I'm curious to hear what people have to say about the lyrics, but again, maybe not her biggest and most incredible vocal performance, but I think it was well suited to what I understood from the song or what I took away from the song, and I enjoyed the dynamic production and stylings of the track, and I think it fits very much as the final tune on an album, which is maybe more conceptual than I realized. Again, like seeing relationships and love and another person and life itself through the eyes of a woman is maybe something that does come across the course of the songs more than I was realizing as I was going through the early stages of the middle of the album. So a nice capstone on the album overall. As I said, there are some bonus tunes here, so we'll go through those. Beginning with Is It You're There? Again, my eyes are not what they used to be. I think the first bonus track is You're There. Once again, big thank you to Scott for sharing this and much, much else. Do let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.